This is Air Tiki 921 crew member Lisa Brightwell. As this is a shoeless flight to a barefoot destination, the crew will move through the aisles to collect all remaining footwear for immediate and permanent disposal. Thank you for your cooperation and for listening.
arrived at your destination. Welcome to paradise. This is the Tiki Man, and it is time for the show. Sit back and relax and have some fun with us. Jump in the YouTube chat and be a part of the show. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Your happy place, baby. Rise and shine. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. Let's get this day started off right, shall we? Here we go.
Well, now, friends, let me tell you about this cat that I once met. Smooth talker with an export cigarette. I don't believe I ever saw him without a cocktail in his hand. And no one swings us on to the big band voodoo band. Yeah! Now he strolls through the city like a big old alley cat, with his pinstripe suit and a big bad voodoo hat. I don't believe I ever saw him without a kitten on his hand. And no one swings us on to the big band voodoo band. Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey, Hidey Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Yeah!
Oh, yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. The chocolate bar is open for business. I got the beautiful hippie chick right by my side.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Ready to rock and roll?
You betcha.
Uncle Alex is behind the bar with biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, and all kinds of goodies.
And all kinds of goodies. Yeah, no B-Dog this week. They live in Nashville now. So they've been there all week having fun, and haven't talked to him, but I have seen a couple of live feeds that he's done. Looks like they're having a good time. We got a big show for you. We got Sweet Harriet's going to be joining us. We're going to talk about music and all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, we have the Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club. They're going to talk about their music fest coming up. And, of course, JBL Travel Minute. And we've got Tiki Jane. You ready to rock and roll? Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey, Hidey Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. Yeah, we all wanna know.
Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station. Coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios in beautiful Harrison Bay to the backyard in Valley Center, Kansas, and to all of our friends at the Rockin' Woods Tiki Bar up in Canada, Verona, Corona, our producer, Monica, who is always listening. Vacuum cleaner Tom, who is always working. That's right, of course, and Tinkerbell and everybody up in Canada. Good morning to you. Hopefully you've got those fires put out up there, okay? You're starting to dwindle down here into the lower states, okay?
I know.
So hopefully you got that out of the way up there. So hope everything's doing well with you guys, and talk to our producer, Monica, like I do every Sunday. And she said that the warm weather is here to stay, and things are great, and no more snow and all that good stuff. So
That's good.
yeah, it's about time, you know. The BAR in Memphis, Tennessee, which will soon be in Panama City, from what I understand. That is, of course, our ambassador of all great things, and Tim, the bodyguard, the man who saved my life in Mexico, and I never travel outside the United States without him. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. Beers and Bones Patio in Harrison Bay, Tennessee, home of Golden, the man with the golden cornbread, and, of course, Golden Girl with the good-smelling hair. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing wonderful. The cabin up north, the Brap Shack in Deer Lodge in Old Forge, New York. Home away from home for Donna. I have one more question, Cummings, and Bob Cummings, the man, the legend himself. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing fabulous. And Bob and Donna are the very first to sign up for the 5th annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise down in the Bahamas.
All right.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, so the link is out there. We're going to talk a little bit about it during the show. We got a jam-packed show this morning, but we're gonna get to all that. Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina. That is the Jinx Creek Retreat, home of Mo and the Mystery Man. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. The Treetop Flyers Patio and Tiki Bar, located over in Queen City, North Carolina, home of Marty and Angela Gentry. Good morning to you guys. The Fisherman, the Fishing King down in Costa Rica. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing wonderful. Rick and Pat's Backyard Oasis in Williamsport, Maryland. That is home of Shy Patty and Rick the Stick himself. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing wonderful. The northern headquarters of Tiki Man Radio, that is the Paradise Way Tiki Bar up in Indiana. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. Ed, the train man, his beautiful wife, Pat, all the conductors, and all of the grandkids. You know, they have to be in the train business because they got all them grandkids, okay?
Yep.
You got to have two cabooses.
Two cabooses.
You know, most trains have one caboose. They have two. Yeah, they put all the grandkids in, but... The Beachy Shell Hideaway in beautiful Key West, that, of course, is B-Man and Michelle, who are camping out down in Orlando the last week or so and having a good time. I had a great talk with him yesterday. I'm like, you sounded relaxed Friday when you did your show.
Yeah, and they said, they texted me and said, hey, tuned in at the Mobile Beachy Shell Hideaway.
The Mobile Beachy Shell Hideaway. There you go. You know, and of course, you know, I know Brian like he's my brother from another mother, and you know, he's doing his show, and he didn't have the microphone stands, right? So Michelle's having to hold the microphone, and she's having to set on a battery, right? So I know that was driving him crazy.
Yeah. Because
he forgot some stuff or whatever, but it was a great show, and they had fun, and that's all that really matters.
That's right.
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just go with it, man. And of course, you know, Key West right now, you're trying to get rid of the chickens. What the hell's going on in Key West?
I don't know. That's just that's just crazy talk. You know, getting rid of the chickens, putting a fence around
I'm tired of these chickens running around
the
here.
6-toed cats. You know, I mean, come on.
I mean, what if we went down to Costa Rica and they're like, you know, all these monkeys got to go.
Yeah, that just don't work that way.
We went to Costa Rica to see the monkeys.
That's right.
You go to Key West to see the chickens walk in a bar.
I love that.
It's the oldest joke in the world. 2 chickens walk into a bar in Key West.
I know. It really is. And I'm like, it would just take the charm away. You know, they're trying to take the charm away from
God almighty.
Why?
I've never seen a place that has changed so much over the last 10 years. It's just unbelievable.
I know, and I've seen a lot of it, you know, in 8 years that I've been. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. But, you know, I don't know. You ought to be run out of town if you even started to question. We need to get rid of these chickens. They ought to just, like, load you up and drop you off in Miami.
Yeah. I mean, what is that?
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Anyway, we'll get to all that here later.
Good morning to Alan Jacks Bowers, just chimed in. Good morning.
Morning, Jacks. Happy Sunday to you, brother. Hope you're doing wonderful. Let's see here. The Pondfront Patio in Ottawa, that is home of B-Dog, when they're not living with their relatives in Nashville.
That's right.
Okay, so... as, of course, is the Legend Studio. The Southwest Florida Daddy-O Patio, the Seaside She Shed.
All right.
That is Tropical Dave and Beth Travers, the rock star herself. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing wonderful. The Tiki Hut up in Minnesota, the Comeback Tiki Hut in Minnesota, where you'll find the best mimosas on Sunday morning. You betcha. Shelly Forsythe and the crew. You know, Shelly, you guys need to come to the summer party, okay? You need to come on down here to the Tiki Bar. I've been working my ass off out there. I'm trying to get ready. I do it every year, and it's weighing on me a little bit. You know, it's starting to, you know, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I'm feeling it a little bit. But I'd love to have you come down here and be a part of the summer party. The Z&G Patio in Memphis, Tennessee, where they are down in Arkansas today doing a ribeye contest, right?
I reckon that's what they said.
Yep.
A ribeye contest.
Yeah. So good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. The Tiki Balcony over in Sweden. Good afternoon to the Swedes. Hope you're doing good. And JoJo's Northeast Sea Shack in Manford, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston.
JoJo's.
The JoJo's. And we are streaming live on the Camys Grammy live cam, okay?
Yes, we are.
We really appreciate Jody and everything she does for Tiki Man Radio. She's so excited about being down to the 9th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West bound. And you can go over.
To see her.
Yeah, you can go over to tikimanradio.com and click on that link, the tab in the menu there for the showcase. Everything is updated. Maybe. We got a couple things I got to update, but 95% of it's done. Okay, it's not been a priority here lately, but it will be. Mm-hmm. But you can see the lineup. We got a great lineup this year, as we always do. So go check it out. You can follow us on YouTube if you're listening to us on the radio right now, and all the ships at sea. Thank you so much for listening to us. If you want to see our ugly faces, you can go over to the Camys Grammy live cam on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Once you subscribe, about 30 minutes, you can get into the chat and be a part of the show. You should have already subscribed. But if you hadn't, we always got new people we're meeting on the road. We ran into a lot of people down in Costa Rica that
that's right, we did.
Didn't know about Tiki Man Radio, and everywhere we go, we take stickers and we tell people about it, and that's what we do. So you can also download the free app. If you're watching us on YouTube and not on the radio, we have a free app. You can download the free app and take it with you everywhere you go. Just go, and it's free. It's free. In a world that's gone crazy where everybody complains about everything, it's free.
It is free.
It's always been free. It's kind of like the Songwriter Showcase in Key West. It's always been free to the public. Just walk in and have a good time. All right. Let's see here. Let's take care of our 10 o'clock sponsors. Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man is streaming live on the Camys Grammy live cam. Camys Grammy is the official sign company of Tiki Man Radio. If you're looking for a special sign for your event, your tiki bar, or just your backyard, or maybe you just want a flamingo in your backyard, reach out to Camys Grammy. Go over to tikimanradio.com and click on the banner for Camys Grammy. Camys Grammy live cam, the official live cam of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Reif Rum is made with a sweet and smoky for the wise and the rebel. It's a rum that was created by and for everyone tired of the same old thing. For both the professional bohemians and the actual connoisseurs of good rum. It's for people who want to get out of their comfort zone. Unleash the rebel inside of you with Reif Rum. Sweet and smoky for the wise. Reif Rum, the official rum of Tiki Man Radio. Tiki Man Radio is proud to have Lake Winnie as its sponsor for Jukebox Saturday and the weekly Almanac with Tiki Jane. Lake Winnipesaukee opened in 1925 and is Chattanooga's oldest amusement park, celebrating its 100th year. Since the park opened, it's expanded enormously, including the Soka Water Park and many other thrilling attractions, with rides and attractions for the entire family. Lake Winnipesaukee is recognized as one of America's top 10 family amusement parks of all ages. It's time to get you happy on with Lake Winnie and Tiki Man Radio. The park is now open for the 2025 season. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, tikimanradio.com, and visit Lake Winnie and get your happy on. You know, the biggest party of the year is the Tiki Bar Summer Party, and this year it's going to be on July the 12th, 2025, with musical guest Mark Mulch and his band from Nashville, with special appearance by Sam Rainwater and others to be determined. That's the 18th Tiki Bar Summer Party, July the 12th, 2025. Come on out and have a birthday bash with me. I'm not going to live forever, you know. Bring a plate, bring some beer, bring the Reif Rum, and have some fun. Right here at the old Tiki Bar in Harrison Bay.
Looking to buy or sell in Northwest Indiana? You better call Becky. 219-779-7215 or visit bettercallbeckyrealestate.com.
That's right. Better call Becky, for God's sakes. All right, if you need some of that real estate up there, she can take care of you. And she is the sponsor for Ed the Train Man on Monday nights when they get on that peace train and have some fun. They had a great time with their second anniversary. You know, and I was watching, you know, and they're live streaming on Facebook. I'm like, I thought they didn't want to do live streaming.
No.
You know, we can fix all this.
We can fix all of it.
So the sound sounds good and all that good stuff. I mean, you can crawl into that world if you want to. That'd be great, man, and help out the channel as well. You know, that'd be fantastic because you guys got it going on up there. Congratulations for them for their second anniversary.
Yes.
Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to the beautiful Sean Crawley and the family for sending a very nice sympathy card that the whole family signed.
That was beautiful.
And just a really, really nice thing. You know, I'm not really, I'm not used to people doing things for me.
I know.
I'm a giver, you know. So, but thank you so much for that. And Donna, I have one more question. Cummings sent a very nice, her and Bob sent a very nice wind chime.
Yes, and we'll be putting that in a shade garden.
That's kind of a thing. That's a special little touch there, you know, to some wind chimes. Not to say that the card's not. I'm just saying it was unexpected. Let's put it that way. So
it was.
Thank you for that.
It was very sweet.
Mo and everybody else that sent cards and stuff and messages and stuff about my mom. And thank you so much for that. That really means a lot to me. I've been staying busy, keeping my mind off of it. But the Tiki Bar. The Tiki Bar, it consumes a lot of my time, especially this time of year. But Ellie calls yesterday morning.
Yes, she did.
Papa, can I come swimming?
Oh.
I'm like, yes.
She's so precious.
Put away the hammers.
She's so precious.
Cut that saw off. We got the granddaughter coming over here. She's going to be taking over the day, and she did. Had a blast. Ate all my gummy bears, though. That was the only thing. But that's my fault. I got them out. I was on the other side of the bar trying to eat them. And she's like, what's going on over there? I come over there and get my gummy bears, which is fine. Now I know that her and I both love gummy bears, so I gotta keep.
You got to keep a stock of gummy bears.
You
know what? I think I'm gonna have to go to one of those big box stores, you know, Sam's or Costco, one of the two, and
no, don't
see.
do that.
How many gummy bears?
A pallet of gummy. Don't do that. I buy the small pack on purpose that way, because if I buy the big one, I'll eat the whole thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like that with Twizzlers and gave those red Twizzlers, and they gave me a tummy ache.
I had to break myself from the Twizzlers. You know, those are addictive too. So, you know. Hey, we got a big show for you. Sweet Harriet's going to join us around 11 o'clock. I can't wait to have her on the show. We never had her on the Sunday show. She's been on Coastal Confessions with B-Man and me show several times, but we never had her on the show. So, we got some new music that she sent over, and we're going to get caught up with her a little bit. I think that's going to be interesting. And then we're going to have Richard join us from the Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club.
Okay.
They have the Forgotten Coast Music Festival over the Labor Day weekend. And Apalachicola. That is the Forgotten Coast down there.
You know, that's where George and Bucci used to live.
I remember whenever Jimmy passed away, right? And Key West all got together, had a parade and all kinds of stuff. And then immediately they're like, we're going to have to do this every year. And there was a brief second there where we were talking about moving our Songwriter Showcase to that week. And then I got to thinking about it, and Brian and I both got to thinking about it. I'm like, you know, if you are a Parrot Head Club.
Yeah.
You remember me saying this?
Yes.
And you don't have your own festival going on of some kind that weekend.
Yes.
Then you're not really a Parrot Head Club.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? They're all doing it.
Yeah, they're all doing it.
Well, the ones that you know, really participate in their club. The ones that really get together and do the right things for the right reasons.
Right.
Not the ones that just get together once a month at the Mexican restaurant and drink beer. Okay. I'm talking about the ones that are out there actually, you know, raising money for their community and getting new members and doing all that good stuff. So he's going to join us, tell us a bit about the music festival. Really cool thing. The club is doing it themselves.
Yeah.
And they're raising money for the local school there for the music department to buy instruments. So very cool. You know, it's all good stuff.
It is.
If you're out there on the YouTube channel and you haven't hit the like button, please do that. That helps us out tremendously. Looks like we've got about 30 of you watching right now. So we only got about 18 likes. So that's you're slacking a little bit this morning. All right, and it's the one on the left. In case you know, it's not the one on the right. It's one on the left. Make sure you hit that one, and that'll help us out a lot. Who we got out there today, Hippie Chick?
All right. Let's see. Over here we've got Graham Andrews and Nicole. And
good morning.
They're saying good morning. And Nicole said that she is actually taking her and her mom to a massage today. So.
Nice. You know, I was thinking about that yesterday. I got to get my toes did.
Yeah, me too.
I got them done right before Costa Rica, and I'm getting to where I can't sleep if I don't get them done.
Yes, and I will second that because, you know, if your toenails get too long, they'll cut the sheets.
Well, you don't have to bring that up, you know. It's kind of like yesterday, you know. We were talking, we were laughing with Brad, and they come in, you know, and I love it when the hippie chick does this, right? People come over, and she's like, I've been cleaning like a madhouse. We are so nasty.
Actually,
I'm like, what do you tell people
we're
right
not.
off the bat?
We're not. The thing is, actually, Danny and I are actually really clean.
We are very clean.
But you
get
know,
that in there.
But then we have a dog, and she sheds a new dog a day, and then then we track that around on our feet, and then you know, and so it's just like a never-ending. So you got grass and dog hair that you got to clean up all the time.
Yeah, but it's immediately, you know, I've been up there just cleaning that bathroom. It's so nasty. I'm like, stop saying that, you know.
It's really not, but to me it was, you know, because that's grass and dog hair. You know?
Lord have mercy. But anyway.
Yeah. I know. Lots of dog hair.
Lots of dog hair. Yeah, Katie Mae just lays there like, I don't know what you want me to do. I mean, it just falls out of me. I don't know what to do.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. She has no control over that.
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay, so let's see. Then we got Dan Ware and Rachel's. They're out there, and they said, good morning, guys. And we got Donna and Bob Cummings out there, and they are landscaping project doing
Come on
in
now.
Coyote Woods.
Put that rake down and sit on the porch and listen to Tiki Man Radio.
Well, they probably are listening to it while they're doing their project, so there you go.
Donna's out there in the yard right now with a rake in her hands thinking, I have another question.
Yeah. She told me on the YouTube channel, she said I should buy you the gummy bears in bulk and ration them out. I see fit.
Well, I was going to do that with Ellie yesterday, and she just reached in there with a whole handful and pulled them out. I'm like, damn.
And you're like, oh, she got all my gummy bears.
Well, it was a half a bag to begin with.
Okay.
You know, I know exactly how many's in there.
Will you count them? Oh, my goodness. Then we got Edward and Pat Contreras. They're out there. Good morning, you guys. Looks like y'all had a lot of fun.
They had a blast. Did a great job. But listen, if you're going to stream live on Facebook,
you might as well.
Yeah.
Do it on YouTube.
Yeah, now you're being selfish. Do it on YouTube, and you can do it. You can help. Everybody can see it. You know.
Exactly. And then we've got Z&G are out there, and they're doing that ribeye contest in Arkansas.
Good morning.
We got Maureen Wehunt. Hello, Mo.
Morning.
And she said, she was talking about the weather we had yesterday, you know, because her siblings live over here, too. And
and she has like 12 sisters
and brothers.
and brothers.
Yeah, and they all live over this way, too. And anyway, yeah, it was pretty crazy storm yesterday, but it just, you know, it's like came in hot, like for 20 minutes, and then ripped a bunch of trees and
There was a lot of trees down in North Chattanooga, and EPB had like 6,000 customers out of power or whatever.
It was crazy.
Our power don't go out unless it's a sunshiny day.
I know. That is the most bizarre thing.
The wind can be good. 70 mile an hour. The trees are bending over.
And we have complete power.
And power never goes out.
But then it'd be a sunshiny day, and it's out for 4 hours for maintenance or something. You know, it's crazy.
Ann says they have 14 brothers and sisters.
That's right. And we got Joe, Leo, and Sue out there. Good morning.
Good morning. And his website is up and going. It was down for about a day and a half, something like that, while they're rebuilding it. But it's up and going now. And he's going to talk about it during the JBL Travel Minute at noon.
All right. And then we've got, let's see, who else we got on this little chat. We got Kathy Ledbetter. Good morning to you and Darby.
Hey, I tagged you in that post last night. Y'all need to come down to the Bahamas, okay?
Yes, you do.
You took a year off, okay? And I don't want you to get back into the whole thing. I know you live in Panama City and every day's a vacation, right? But
come to the Bahamas.
Come to the Bahamas.
We'll have a
with
good
us.
time. Hey, and right next door is that Atlantis, and to where we'll be staying, and we get passes to go over there and go to that crazy water park, which would be fun, right?
Well, that's what I understand. I have to confirm that with Joe. We haven't actually talked that.
Even if it's a pay for a day pass.
I'm sure you can get passes, and if Joe, I know Joe's listening, he probably can shoot us a message and let us know, because there's also a casino over there.
Yeah. How fun would that be?
Yeah.
And then we got Mark Mulches out there.
Morning, brother.
Good morning. And then we've got Jody Patterson. Good morning.
Good morning.
We haven't seen them in a while. They were in Mexico with us.
Thank you, Mark. Mark called me out of the blue this past week and kind of letting the dust settle a little bit, and we had a great conversation. So thank you so much for being a friend there, Mark.
Yeah. And, of course, Bahama Brad is out there with Ellie, Faye, and Axie. Yep. And then we've got...
She's a mess, isn't she?
She is a mess.
I got to tell you, she told me yesterday that she was going to take over the radio station. And I'm like, I'll be ready for you. I used to worry about stuff like that, but I'm kind of ready for it now. I'm going to start grooming her. We're going to get her in here in the studio at some point in time or another so she can tell us about her future plans with Tiki Man Radio.
Okay. Well, we got Crazy Kim Downing is out there, too.
Crazy Kim Downing.
Yes, she is.
Good morning to you, sweetheart. I saw a nice picture of her daughter yesterday on Facebook. It looks like I'm not on Facebook. I just kind of pull it up every once in a while, see things or whatever. But I've been very consumed with the Tiki Bar.
Let's see. What just happened here? What just happened? Let's see. We got... Daggum.
What's going on over there?
We have Andrew Dean is out there.
Good morning, Music Man.
And good morning to Ed and Felicia Kubiak.
Yeah, good morning, guys. The conductors, happy Sunday to you.
We got Ada Longo is out there.
Morning, Ada.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Joey Wood is out there.
Morning, brother. Happy Sunday to you.
Bobby McQueen, our island truck driver.
All right. Let's see here if I can
find his horn.
There it is. Good morning to you, brother.
Sweet Harriet is out there, and she'll be coming up soon.
She'll be coming up at 11 o'clock here in about 30 minutes. I sent her the link last night. One of the last things I did was send her and Richard the link.
And we've got Barry D. Jr. out there. And let's see, we got...
Good morning, brother.
And Jason Whitler and Manny Rico.
Good morning, sir, and happy Sunday to everybody out there.
Yeah. And let's see, we've got over here on YouTube, let me go back to the beginning. We got Mo is out there, our producer Monica's out there, and let's see, Uncle Alex, he's over here in the bar.
Yeah, keeping the biscuits warm.
Got the beautiful Sean Crawley and family, everybody's...
Yes, Sean, I tagged you in that post last night as well, okay? It's time to go to the Bahamas, all right?
Yep. It's time.
Yep, I know you went on a cruise and you did all that, but you ain't hung out with me, so it's time to go.
And we got Bill and Debbie Hass out there chiming in.
Hey, good morning, guys. Valley Center, Kansas. They will be at the summer party.
And then I know I'm excited to see him come back again. Then we got Emerald Sin Fox out there.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you.
We've got, let's see, beautiful Julie Lynn Carswell. Hello.
Yes.
Morning. It is a beautiful day.
You know, she's starting to turn into me, right? She's getting curious about it. She's now on Ancestor.com trying to figure out. The whole time she was here, she's like, well, what about this? When I think this, what does that mean? I'm like, that means something's going to happen, okay? You know, and let me tell you what that means, you know, and all that stuff. Now she's on Ancestry.com trying to figure out how this all got started.
How did this crazy family all get started?
She's working on a doorbell the other night, and I don't know if you ever worked on a doorbell, but I got to tell you this, okay? If the doorbell tells you to mash and hold it in for it to reset or something like that, if it's an electronic one or whatever, it will drive the dog crazy.
Yes, it will. Yes,
if you work on the doorbell for an hour, the dog's going to lose its mind, okay? And like, listen, I'm tired of barking. Somebody's at the door. Somebody's at the door.
And then we've got Michelle and Tim Myers. Good morning. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday to you.
And let's see, we got, who else we got? I haven't mentioned yet. We got Mo, we got Donna.
Good morning.
Glenn Soika.
Morning, Glenn.
Good morning, friend. How are you? And Ann Wee Hunt is out there. Good morning, darling.
Morning, Ann.
I still have your mug, Ann. And let's see here. We got the rock star Beth Travers. She is out there.
Morning, sweetheart.
And Nicole Reed said that she's out there, and she said that she was taking her mom to massage and then facials. Very nice.
Very nice.
That's a nice treat.
Yeah, I got to go get my toes did this week. I was going to do it last week, but I come home and worked on the tiki bar till midnight.
We've got Shy Patty out there chiming in, saying good morning to everybody.
Morning, sweetheart.
Let's see, we've got...
You know, she don't get enough credit. Shy Patty don't. She actually was on her game in Panama City.
She was.
She didn't get, you know, there's been times where, and we all have got trashed, okay?
Yes.
And she's been no exception to that, trust me. But not once, not twice, but 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But she was on her game down in Panama City.
She certainly was.
And did a great job.
Yep, she did. And let's see who else we got out there. We got Kevin and Angel Phelps. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Happy Sunday to you.
Good morning, darling. And let's see, we got B-Man and Michelle out there.
That's right. In the mobile Beachy Shell Studios.
I know, the mobile Beachy
down in
Shell.
Orlando.
I love it. And let's see who else. And that's it for right now.
I saw Ray the Roadie's in there somewhere.
Well, hi, Ray the Roadie. I missed it. I guess I...
Ray the Roadie's in there. Good morning to you. Ed the Train Man is out there. They're all talking amongst themselves. Julie says she was not happy about the doorbell.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
Dogs are going crazy. I'm doing my job. Somebody's at the door. Yeah. I can imagine. Y'all hit that like button down there. That helps us out tremendously. So let's go ahead and I'm going to play this video I put together late last night for the Escape to Paradise. And the link is on our webpage, okay? And I put a link in a post that I posted out yesterday. This will be our 5th annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise 2026. The dates are set, the dates that we chose. And that's very important because you got 2 days there right before Memorial Day weekend. So if you plan it right, Wednesday to Wednesday, you get a long weekend there. So it's kind of cool. So we'll play that and get the day started off right the island way with some positive vibes.
Hey now, I want to find my own
dreams to stay up. Well, I'm telling you, you gotta listen to me. You gotta wake up and don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry now. Don't you worry. Worry now. Don't you worry. Don't you worry now. Don't you worry. Give it all your time. All your precious time. Give it all your energy, baby. Yes, you will see. Good things will come, bad things will go. Focus on what you got, and you're gonna get some more. You're gonna get some more. What you need? Please, 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 don't you worry. Don't you worry. No, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I said don't you worry. Don't you worry. Now don't you worry. Don't you worry. And I wanna live. I wanna give everything I can. And if I stutter or lose sight, get scared or run and hide. Feel like love, it ain't worth living. Love, it ain't worth giving. Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. No, don't you worry. 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 Don't you worry.
Hello everyone, this is Unity the Band. You're listening to Tiki Man. Listen in and jam with some island music. One love. Peace.
Looking for better ways around it. Searching for better days, I found it. I'm trying to find the right words to sing. Feels like I'm locked down by everything. Another day with no more dollars to spend. Got no money or friends to depend on. Just when I'm thinking that it's all out of sight, the darkness slips and flips on the light. And right then I know for sure that love is blind and hearts are pure. With each new breath and glass half full, I see again that life is beautiful. I've seen 'em fall and I've seen 'em rise, and I've been underneath the grayest skies. I fought the rain looking for the sun, been through the part where it all comes undone. So I think I'm gonna stay in today, hoping better things will come my way. I find some peace upon my pillowcase, but then I feel the sunshine on my face, and right then I know for sure that love is blind and hearts are pure. With each new breath and glass half full, I see again that life is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I can't recall the after all and what it's got in store. But before I find myself behind, I come right back for more.
everyone. This is Tiki Jane, and it is time for this week's Almanac. Brought to you by Lake Winnie, Chattanooga's oldest amusement park. It's time to get your happy on. Since opening in 1924, Lake Winnie has expanded enormously, including the water park and many other thrilling attractions. With rides and attractions for the entire family, Lake Winnie is recognized as one of America's top 10 family amusement parks for all ages. It's time to get your happy on with Lake Winnie. Lake Winnie is also the sponsor for Jukebox Saturday mornings, where we take you back in time with that old beach music every Saturday. And now for this week's Almanac. On this date in 2018, American chef and television personality Anthony Bourdain, who helped popularize foodie culture in the early 21st century through his books and television programs, died by suicide at the age of 61. The United Nations hosted its first World Oceans Day, which sought to celebrate oceans while also raising awareness of the threats that they and their marine ecosystems faced on this day in 2009. On this date in 2002, Serena Williams defeated her sister Venus Williams to win her first French Open tennis title. In 1966, the National Football League and the American Football League announced a merger, which became effective in 1970. And now for some Tiki Man Radio history. There are many memories and accomplishments over Tiki Man Radio's 10-plus years of radio. Here is just one. In 2017, after moving on from the Sandbox, Pablo and Diana opened Diablo Creek House Concerts. The Tiki Man flew down to Inglewood, Florida one weekend to broadcast the live concert of the Shantyhounds and B-Man and Michelle performances. Big Sexy and Sunshine were there along with many others. It's always good to hang out with good friends. That's your weekly Tiki Man Radio Almanac, brought to you by Lake Winnie, Chattanooga's oldest amusement park. It's time to get your happy on with Lake Winnie. I am Tiki Jane. See you on the radio.
Welcome to the tropics. Down here, we really have a ball. It's everything you ever wanted. So much so you just may lose it all. I ain't just talking about your money, your winter coat, or your shame. No, it's something you can't account for. Goddamn brain. So unpack your bags and kick up your feet. Don't think you could live like this for free. There's a price to pay, boy. Price to pay for having your fun. Price to pay for living in the sunshine. There's a price to pay for living on the run. 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 Living on the run.
Yeah. There you go. Jockey George. We're at George right there. And I don't know if you got to come down to the Songwriter Showcase when we had him at the Ready Room upstairs. But, man, what a great time that was, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you with me?
I'm here.
What are you doing?
I had to yawn.
You had to yawn.
I'm sorry.
Come on now.
I had to yawn.
You know, when she first moved in here, I was like, because she's working third shift, right, at the hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just not going to work. You're going to have to get a day job.
I know you said, this doesn't align with the Tiki Bar, schedule.
Yeah, doesn't align with the Tiki Bar. And listen, around here, we get the tractors out at daylight around here, and all right, start working.
I know. Then we got Julian Mitchell chimed in.
Good morning.
Good morning, and said, where do I find the link to the trip to the beach? So.
All right. So here's what you do. You go over to the Tiki Man Radio website. Just search tikimanradio.com. And scroll down. You can do this on your phone. I hate for you to do that because then you're not watching the show.
But
if you're in front of a computer, you can do it as well. And just scroll down to where you see the banner for the Escape to Paradise. I'm going to move it up the page a little bit. But you just click on the banner, and it takes you right to it. I got to tell you, I was blown away by the prices.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. I mean, this merger with JBL Travel Group is turning out to be a great thing. So we always had good prices, but these are really well for Bahamas.
Yes.
And so you can do that. We got Sweet Harriet coming up here in about 8 minutes. Let me see if she's over there yet. She is in there waiting for us. So we got to take care of our 11 o'clock sponsors before we get her in there. But also last night, if you go to my page and Tiki Man Radio, I put the link in that post with that video that I just played, so you can click there as well. But Golden Girl is out there.
Hey, Golden Girl.
I probably already washed her hair this morning.
She's working on the Beers and Bones patio this morning. And by the way.
Well, so the drunks, the trip, I don't know what she's talking about. I can't stand a bunch of drunks.
Yeah. And by the way, I have a special, it's not a happy announcement, but, Golden's and Tommy Gartrell and all them, they lost another friend.
I saw that.
Yeah, Tammy. And anyway, Tommy texted me last night and asked me if we would play some Bob Seger for her.
Bob Seger, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that
was her favorite.
That'll get us blocked on Facebook.
Well, there you go.
Or on YouTube. But yeah, I think I do have.
Yeah, you got Bob Seger. We love Bob Seger.
Yeah, we do love Bob Seger. So.
And so and I hate to hear that. They've lost a lot of friends from Jasper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They really have. All right, we got Sweet Harriet coming up here shortly, but that's where you find the link. Again, we got to have about 25 rooms here, so you need to invite some of your family. And the prices are really cheap. You got a whole year. The way it works is you reserve your room for $100.
That's
okay?
Right.
Then you got a whole year to pay for it. Okay? So, planning a family event, whatever, it's time to start planning it. Got a whole year. No excuses, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Let me take care of the 11 o'clock sponsors. We'll get ready for Sweet Harriet coming up. Cannot wait to have her on the show. Are you looking for signs for your backyard oasis? Maybe for your tiki bar, or maybe you just want a pink flamingo in your yard. Well, let me tell you about Camys Grammys. That's what they do. Camys Grammys is just a beachy flamingo-loving girl from Wisconsin who's landlocked in Missouri and crazy about signs. Go over to tikimanradio.com and click on the Camys Grammys logo and reach out to her. They custom fit signs to your order, made right here in the USA. That's Camys Grammys. Everybody needs a pink flamingo in their yard.
If you're thinking of investing in commercial property in Florida or moving your business to Florida, check out the Space Coast. The Space Coast is home to globally recognized companies in aviation, aerospace, electronics, and communications. At JM Real Estate, we have seen the Space Coast grow and develop. We know what is happening and know this is an exciting time for our area. The time is now for you to explore the Space Coast of Florida and start investing. Contact JM Real Estate and launch your commercial real estate investment on the Space Coast. Call us at 321-242-2882 or visit jmrealestate.com to learn more.
Alan Jacks Bowers in Mudcut South Studio is now Alan Jacks Bowers and MFG Records, all together under one roof. Jacks has worked with the best in the business all over the world, and if you're looking to take your music to the next level, you need to reach out to Jacks today. MFG Records, which is music for grown-up, and Alan Jacks Bowers, together at last. Reach out to Jacks today at alanjacksbowers.com and take your music to the next level. Are you looking to get away to your secret paradise? Are you looking to come to Chattanooga? You've heard me talk about the beautiful city that I grew up in and the surrounding area here in Harrison Bay. Well, Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway is your secret hideaway. Just a mile and a half from the Tiki Bar, and our good friends the Goldens will take good care of you. It's safe, it's secure, and it's Tiki Man approved. When you use the code word Tiki Man, you get 20% off. Go over to tikimanradio.com and click on the link for Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway and schedule your secret getaway right here in Harrison Bay. That's Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you.
Sunrise to sunset, 2 miles down, 10 to go. In the heat, quick, quick, slow, slow. Along the road, the trash will blow. Grab your friends, don't be shy. Flocks of eyes standing by. They spend their time on paradise, cleaning up the shores. 'Cause sea life as they see it are mostly herbivores. They're walking, picking bloggers. Sunrise to sunset, 2 miles down, 10 to go. In the heat, quick, quick, slow, slow. Along the road, the trash will blow. Grab your friends, don't be shy. Flocks of ibis standing by. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They wake up every morning, grab their little sticks. Every day they walk and pick up butts and plastic bits. Turtles, birds, and fish they save, gather up the trash. Keen as osprey, eye on the prize, hunting, grunting, they are wise. They're walking, picking floggers, sunrise to sunset, 2 miles down, 10 to go. In the heat, quick, quick, slow, slow. Along the road, the trash will blow. Grab your friends, don't be shy. Flocks of ibis standing by. They're walking, picking floggers, sunrise to sunset, 2 miles down, 10 to go. In the heat, quick, quick, slow, slow. Along the road, the trash will blow. Grab your friends, don't be shy. Flocks of ibis standing by. Grab your friends, don't be shy. Flocks of ibis standing by.
All right. Yeah, that's the Plogging song, one of my favorites. And it reminds me of us when we were plogging down there, you know.
I love it.
All right. Let's see if we can get... Good morning. Can you hear us? Can you hear us okay?
I can.
All right. All right.
Sweet Harriet.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I can only see your eyes.
Good morning.
So you might have to...
How do I just do this? Stand
I know
like
it's
this?
hard.
Might be the camera. Can you back up maybe a little bit? Well,
From way back here. It wasn't like this earlier.
Yeah, and tilt the camera. There you go. There you are. There you are.
There you are.
Sweet Harriet, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show this morning. And we were just playing that plug-in song, and we always encourage people, when they come to the island. First of all, take care of the island when you get there, and
everywhere you go on planet.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Not just Key West, but everywhere you go. For God's sakes, throw away your trash, or whatever. Don't throw it on the floor and on the
There's
beach.
There's plenty of containers around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says trash here. You always got to think about what a drunk will do, and they do some stupid stuff. So, but great song. And so, how are you doing this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. We
both have such good energy. Your whole crew, really, people that call in, and you can feel how excited people are when you say good morning to them on the radio. It's just on YouTube. You've got so many sponsors, and you've got people that want to join your crew and team and vacationing with you. It's like a whole lot of family.
It's crazy. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, it's a crazy world out there. We might as well enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying?
And we share each other's triumphs and burdens, and we may not all say something, but we can feel it.
That's true. We always say that a lot happens in 7 days around here, from one show to the next, from one Sunday to the next, and the world goes crazy. But we all come together on Sunday. We try to bring a little happiness into the world, tell people it's going to be okay, and bring people with us, down to Costa Rica, going to Bahamas, whatever, experiencing the things that you guys write songs about, and we play music about and write about ourselves, so that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've done a bit of writing yourself.
Yes, I have, and if I had my way about it, I would write more. That's probably. At this point in the age, I'll be 60 next year.
I heard you say that last week. I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah, 60, and you start thinking about things a little differently at this point.
It's a new decade for us.
I know when you turn 40, you're like, man, I still got it. And 50 sounds, it was great. When you turn 50, it feels like an accomplishment. 60 is like, oh man, I'm running out of time.
That's a bigger accomplishment. I made it.
Yeah, I hope I make it. But. You start thinking about all the time you might have left and things you want to do. So you start.
Well, I've been doing that for quite a while. There's so many people, I mean, how many times have you come close to death? Like, actually. And it, and you're just grateful for all of it. Yeah. I don't want to miss it.
Exactly.
No, I want to enjoy it. As a matter of fact, we're talking about some, Tim Myers, and his birthday is around the same time as mine. And normally we have this big summer party here in July, and
we wanted to attend last year, just things got too crazy.
Well, you need to come this year, because next year we may be jumping out of an airplane in Key West.
Ray the roadie just popped in because he's been listening in the other room. So go ahead.
Yeah,
I was just saying she should move the
Hey, Ray.
computer back a little.
Yeah.
I don't know if these earbuds are out or not.
Nice shirt, Ray.
Probably don't need to take the earbuds out because you won't hear us. But you're fine. You're fine right there. Okay.
And
check you out.
Well,
yeah.
there you go.
Look at you.
Yeah. Always nice to see boobies in the morning. That's great.
That's what Ray says all the time.
Anyway.
And. I put the stickers on everything.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That means the world to us.
All those things that travel with us. To back up, but my earbuds are going to stick out. So that's fine. Is that better?
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
That's great. So you were in the military and retired from the military, right?
I got medically retired. I was in for 8 years. First, prior enlisted as a medic, and then I went back to school as a reservist, and then went back active duty. When I graduated, I got an internship as a registered dietitian, and I did that. I just retired that for after 31 years.
Wow.
It's a bunch of health stuff that I am juggling, and it makes me just, with my background, makes me a little more advocate for my friends and family, which is constant.
Well, my daughter is listening. She's out on the Facebook or the YouTube.
Oh, she was in the Army, you said.
Yeah.
Hoorah! Yeah.
Yeah. So and she did the medical thing as well. She was stationed over in Tripler Hospital over in Hawaii, and she went to Iraq and all that stuff. So That was kind of her field, and so she can kind of sympathize with everything that you had to go through. What about music? I mean, you're kind of known for parody songs, but I love them. I got to tell you, you got a beautiful voice, and just like that song there, you always have a message, a story to tell. It seems like you're more into, some people can just write songs about a palm tree or whatever, but you seem to kind of lean more towards a story of the song. All true.
Every song I've written are based on my life experiences or something that's affected me. Something to the story just comes, the song just comes. And others are on hold. I got a bunch in the hopper. I talk to Brian and Michelle all the time. Yeah. And it's fun to collaborate. We're going to be seeing them soon, and that's really exciting. But the music has been a lifesaver for me. I started singing so I could get my lung volume back with the a lot of stuff, a lot of body stuff. And, had some new stuff come out.
Well, that's great, and we anytime you got new music, send it over to us, of course. And I know you and B-Man and Michelle, you guys hang out a lot, and I was talking to Brian the other day. I'm like, how did you guys meet? And he was telling me about the B.O.'s Fish Wagon.
Yes, and that was fun.
Yeah, and that's first of all, B-Man and Michelle are fantastic. I call him my brother from another mother. We have such a great relationship, and we love Michelle and the cats and all this. But people like Brian and Michelle, are just that you just meet them by chance, and then they become some of your best friends.
Like I think I put that in the message, birds of a feather.
Yeah.
We end it rendezvousing for these wonderful events. We can't hang out all the time, unfortunately, because that would obviously change the relationship. But
sure.
You've got your groups of friends. You've got your relatives that are also your friends, and you've got strangers you meet. I got so many stories to tell you. I had to take some notes, like Brian's scripts, and I'm trying to stay focused because I get excited and go off on a tangent.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have co-written some songs together, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Walking, Picking Ploggers was one of them, and we had Tamale Man was a ton of fun.
It's funny because you get credit for Tamale Man, but I in the background, all right, I'm telling, we talk every week, right? And, I'll call him and he's working on tamales. And I'm like, listen, you need to quit all this other stuff you're doing. You are the Tamale Man, okay? I was telling him that long before y'all wrote the song, but...
I started it 5 years ago when I met him, because they told me that story, and I'm like, there's a song here.
You are the Tamale Man.
He's listening.
Yeah,
he's been texting me.
Yeah, he's down in Orlando, and a much needed rest, because I always talk about Jimmy Paris's song "I Need a New Island," and it's almost like that's where he's at. He has to leave the island to relax, and it's kind of crazy if you think about it. But
no, I understand the energy of Key West. They look forward to tourists going home so they can relax.
Sure.
That's what the island vibe is. And our own state, our little state of New Hampshire, relies on tourism for skiing in the winter and the mountains in the spring, summer, fall, the autumn leaves and all that.
Well, around here, it's the Tiki Bar. Okay, I have to leave and go to another country to get away from the Tiki Bar because it works me to death. So
guess what? You end up at another bar.
Yeah, he does.
Looking at ideas like, oh, that's a good idea. That's
another good idea for a song.
Yeah.
It's true. We were in Costa Rica. Yeah, we were in Costa Rica, and we were at this cool bar called the Monkey Bar. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at all the dollar bills, and I'm like, we should put dollar bills in our Tiki Bar. So you can't stop. You can't stop. It's just part of it. But you sent over a new song. It's a cover song, and you do a lot of covers.
I've got a lot of music I haven't sent you because I didn't know if it was appropriate for the vibe of the channel.
Oh,
but then I listen different times of the day, and I hear what you play. I'm like, maybe.
So
I sent it. Yeah,
maybe.
So
Well, when we first started out over 10 years ago, we kind of called ourselves the Trop Rock Paradise, right? Because it was a tropical feel or whatever. And I realized immediately that people thought that we only play trop rock music, right? So we changed it to coastal Americana, and then all of a sudden people start sending me all this great music, you know. So the station actually has some rock, some blues, some jazz, some indie music, some Spanish music. It's got all kinds of music in it.
It's awesome.
You know, so yeah, it's a good mix of music, and I've had to tell trop rock artists that over the years, like, don't just send me the one about the palm tree. I want to hear some of the other stuff, you know.
All right. Well, don't be surprised if I start sending you, trickle in a few more.
Okay.
So play what you want, and that could be. The newest stuff though is actually that another parody song, "Grandma Got Knocked Over by a Big Wave," and so Brian is actually part of that. But I wrote that in 1995 before I was a songwriter.
Wow,
that's funny.
I was visiting one of my brothers, John, and his wife in Hawaii. He was stationed at Kaneohe Bay several times, and he was Marine Corps 26 years. My dad's Korean War veteran. My brother Mark is Marine Corps. My brother Barry's Army, and my other two siblings were not military or mom. But,
wow. Yeah.
It's his mother-in-law was knocked just walking on Waikiki. The story is all true. His mother-in-law was knocked over. In the song, she passes away, but she's still alive and well, and she was not.
So Grandma got run over. I got to tell you, it's not my favorite Christmas song, the whole Grandma with a Reindeer thing. You know, as a matter of fact.
It was popular in the 90s.
It was. It was very popular.
It was, but I'm like,
I only decided to do it last year. Like, I should probably publish that. It's kind of fun. And it's all a true story. And then you have to go through the process of paying a fee for cover songs and getting permission from the publisher. And I'm like, I was thinking about it. Every time I meditate, I get a link that finds me what I need.
There you go.
There you go.
So I said, I wonder if Randy Brooks, who wrote the song, has any mutual friends. Brian Fields. I'm like, what are the odds?
What are the odds?
And he says, I am hot. I don't. And he looks and he goes, oh, they met on their trip that they invited us on and we couldn't go 2 years ago, the Virgin Islands.
Right. Yeah. The sailing
trip.
crew.
On a stopover between ships, and they ran into each other and talked, musician to musician. So it ended up being his people and my people, and then me with him. And he says, thank you for asking permission. Over 200 parodies of that song are not one person asked permission. So he said, thank you for that. And he said, go ahead. And,
that's awesome.
So
well, that is great.
Yeah, it probably makes him feel good too. You know that it's still it's. We were talking to another artist last week on the show, and we were talking about that songs will give back to you. If you're a songwriter, they give back to you in ways that we, the listener, have no idea what that is. And a song like that, as crazy as it is, the Christmas song that first of all, I'm not a big fan of Christmas, okay? But we get, we have, and trust me, people start sending me trop rock Christmas songs in July, okay?
I believe it. Yeah. I'm with you actually on that. Christmas is often overwhelming, and
it is.
So I had said I gotta write some Christmas songs, and I did.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Archipelago.
Yeah. Well, most of them start out, Santa walked into the green parrot or something like that.
Yeah. Mine is getting away from the snow and then you see Santa and Mrs. Claus karaoke, and he doesn't know list. He's drinking rum. So
that's great.
Song. So I got two songs. I got the one you sent me, which you did a beautiful cover. The night they drove Dixie down. You did a beautiful job on that. And then I've got the other one that we could play, or we could play that one, whichever one you want to. I've got the Danger Cow one.
I don't know. That's so funny. Why? And that's all on a true story. That was when there's a story behind that.
There's always a story.
Yeah, and of course the Johnny Rivers Secret Agent Man line. But there's been a whole raw milk rediscovery in America. We can have it if it's brucellosis free and tuberculosis free, then sure. If you can handle dairy, that's great. But you shouldn't have some lawyer shutting down a family farm because so that's what that song came about. There was a big thing in our state, and I went to Concord and I said, listen to me. and because of all the letters behind my name and my experiences, this is crowded room of people and mothers and children. I mean, it was standing room only, and the board, the panel of the state, I was preaching to the choir. They were all like everything I said, and there's a person from the higher government that said something, and I said, toe to toe.
Nice.
And I said, listen, I made a friend. I mean, we carpooled with a stranger to go up, and we ended up being fast friends. 5 hours later, we're still jabbering about it, and then the song came out. So
it's crazy, something like that, or hey, let's get rid of the chickens in Key West. I mean, like, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with these people?
And I thought we were going to talk more about Grandma. What happened? I sang. So when we've been home for since over a year for some family things, and I introduced it to, when I decided I was going to publish Grandma Got Knocked Over by a Big Wave. I sang it at Old Stone Coffee House, and there's Brian and Vanessa and Ray the Roadies laughing hysterically, and I'm like, my song's not that funny. They're laughing about something else. So that's when we found
looking
out.
at your hair, making sure you share.
Yeah, I said, I'm looking at him. Well, Ray the Roadie's famous for changing the lyrics, and it messes me up. Sometimes I freeze, not because I forgot the words, but I'm remembering his funny take on the words. Naughty words. This time they were saying, I was singing, Grandma got knocked over by a big wave, and Vanessa and Ty, you're familiar with Vanessa and Ty?
Yep.
Vanessa got knocked up in Acapulco. That's and I said, oh my God, I'll always remember that now, because they made me laugh so much, and that's what they were laughing about.
Yeah, that's kind of like Danny Hoy's Naked song. It's it became the Naked song because everybody kept saying, sing the Naked song, and all this stuff, so it does kind of take a life of its own. But I tell you what, I want to play this beautiful cover that you sent me the night they drove Dixie down. We're going to put you back in the green room, and we'll come back after this so everybody can hear it, okay?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Sweet Harriet, everybody. Here we go.
Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train till Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of 65, we were hungry, just barely alive. By May the 10th, Richmond had fell. It's a time I remember oh so well. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went la 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 la. Back with my wife in Tennessee, when one day she said to me, Virgil, quick, come see, there goes Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. You take what you need and you leave the rest, but they should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went la 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 la. Like my father before me, my brother above me. I took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee laid him in his grave. And I swear by the blood below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went la 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 la.
All right. And the crowd goes wild. There we go. Such a beautiful job on that. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I just love your voice.
There is, thanks. I appreciate it.
Go ahead. What was you going to say?
I have a new video to an older song, Riding Hood and the Wolf. And I'm probably going to do a YouTube video just with the author of a series of poems that it was inspired from. And I wrote that in 2010. It's inspired by the feeling of self-empowerment, even though it's an old, sorry about that, an old...
That's probably Brian.
Oh, no, yeah, he said, Willie's singing along with my song. He must be a Yankee, I mean, not a Yankee cat, but a Confederate cat. Yeah, I get along with them real well down there, the cats. We just love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these songs, you know, sometimes, you know, because like I'm writing this book now, and I had to walk away from it. I got to a point where the story's going to turn dramatically, right? And I'm constantly writing it in my head. And you know, my question is, do songs do that as well? Do you, because you say, you
Always.
know what? Yeah, like you wrote this in 2010 or whatever. I mean, do they come back to you? Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Maybe it's our life that we're living that we have to finish something. I don't know.
Where you are in your life changes the perspective. We talked about decades. I mean, you turned 10 years old. I just turned 60 in January.
Yeah.
And there are foods, every decade, there are certain foods I start liking. When I turned 40, I started liking tequila. Convenient.
Yeah.
And then at 60, I'm like, I'm not eating certain foods. I'm just not happy with them. They're not happy in my body anymore. But the way we look at things, I reread an old book and I'm like, oh, now I get what they're talking about. And then my songs are also changing perspective. I could just tell the woe and gloom and doom, but I want to feel my own power and come from that perspective so that everything that happens to us, we can get by with this inner power that we were God's gift, or, you know, that we have, each of us have it, and we want to encourage each other to tap into that. And you do it with your show. People do it with their music. So many ways. It's not even non-verbally we send our thoughts, and you can feel it when, if you allow it.
If you allow it. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
And
so that song, Riding Hood and the Wolf, I look for the light in your eyes. That is, it's for every single human being on earth, and the animals, and they look for that in us too.
Yeah.
You see emotions are so powerful, you may not put a name to it, but you kind of feel someone's emotional state. I can't see your eyes. You got some dark sunglasses on. But.
Yeah. Well, it's bright in here. We got 10,000 lights in here, but
and a hat.
And the hat. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if I don't wear a hat, people are like, where's your hat at? You're not the Tiki Man, or whatever. I hide in airports, without my hat on. That way, people don't come up to me and want autographs and things,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that could happen. Has any women asked you to sign their breasts yet with a permanent marker?
Well, long before the hippie chick came on, I signed a lot of things, but I don't do that anymore either. She run all that off. But anyway, quickly changing the subject.
So this Riding Hood and the Wolf, I wrote that also back in 2010 or 2011, and I actually did a reprise of it because I wasn't as happy with the music bed, so we redid it in the studio and added some more oomph, a little more oomph to it. And then how am I going to portray the lyric to this video, Riding Hood and the Wolf?
Yeah.
And I had some music. had joined a music group where you can try to submit your music to TV, radio commercials. And the person that found my music said, "Hey, he signed me to a licensing agreement with the Discovery Channel back in the early 20, 10s and 15s."
Yeah.
They didn't ever used it, but it was such an honor. Hey, they put my second album in their music library. So I have I think 6, 7 albums now and a bunch of singles. Wow. And it's a lot of fun. So you played Walk and Pick and Poggers, but there's a really fun music video with that. And you did hear about Condiment Casualty, which I did get through most of the morning until I dribbled some coffee on my shirt. It's probably all, it's all dry now. It's fine. I got the stain out. And one thing leads to another.
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. Real quickly, I mean, most of my writings that I write about is I call them your life is 5-year increments, meaning that every 5 years is a new chapter. So, and I try to get people to think of it that way. Like 5 years ago, your life was completely different. 10 years ago, it was completely different. So it stands to reason that in 5 years from now, it's going to be different. So you have to embrace change and think of it that way. So maybe you're right. The songs or the writing of the books or whatever, it's not me walking away. It's more I need to do a little more living to finish it.
I want ease and flow on all subjects in my life.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm pretty clear about that. I say it every day. It's part of my little mantra. And Ray, he goes to the firehouse on Sunday mornings, and for the retirees, the retired guys. He did 20 years on our local town. I did 5 years on my town. That's actually how we met for a certified level 1 firefighter back in the 80s. And he comes back. He's like, "Come on here, I gotta show you something." And I went out, and I didn't have my glasses on, but there's a hen with 15 babies, and she's going across. So I took some little videos, and I uploaded it to YouTube as a short.
Yeah.
And it's just so cute. And then they get in the tall grass. You could barely see them, but they're so cute, and they're chirping. And I tried to put a music bed to it. Sissy from Neltini actually got me started doing short. She's like, "It's so easy. Give me your phone." And she's blah, 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 do this. And I'm like, I've been trying and practicing. She's like, "It's so easy."
Yeah.
You got to keep practicing, though. It's easy for some people.
Yeah, I know, right? You look at them like, "You kids with your phones, stop it."
It's fun, though. So I posted that just as I was in the green room waiting. I posted it, so that was fun. And so I took we went to Myrtle Beach Bike Week, and we had a blast 2 weeks ago. It was the most relaxed I've been in a year, honestly.
Wow. That's cool. I grew up going to Myrtle Beach. I love it down there. I need to get back down there. I discovered the white sands of the Gulf, and I kind of lean more towards that now. But I do need to get back to Myrtle Beach. But
the water was warm. And we'll be going to see Brian and Michelle June 20th. We fly out, and I hope the water's warm because I feel refreshed and rejuvenated in the ocean.
Yeah, me too.
And
me too.
Yeah. It does a lot for my muscles and my attitude and my lungs. Everything better.
Yeah.
And I bought some new sexy jeans when I was down there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it was nice. I know I finally got on the back of the motorcycle with Ray. Our friends traveled down some trailers with those 6 couples, and it was a lot of fun. Rented a house right on the beach. Well, these sexy jeans have some bling. I'm like, oh, that'll be fun when I'm performing. And they have little slits on the side. And I don't know if you can see it, but I got a souvenir.
Ooh. Ooh.
So
Oh.
The slits on the side have sun.
Yeah,
sunburn. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so now you got spots down your leg from the sun, right?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and spots on my back. I went to an acupuncturist, and she did some cupping to try to relieve some muscle stuff. And there's this giant, like, octopus suction cup things on my back. All these bruises on my face. Like, they're hickeys. They're hickeys. So, yeah.
Hickeys. I love hickeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're all over my back, these giant.
Yeah, from this section. Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to have to let you fly. I've got the Forgotten Coast Parrot Club coming up next, and
All right.
they got
Thanks
a
so much, everybody.
big festival that they want to get the word out, and we want to help them. So thank you. You are a ray of sunshine, and we really appreciate you just being you and Ray and what you do out there. So keep doing it, keep living it, and send us any music you want to, okay?
I will. Brian said to tell you a corny joke, so I'm told we should play chess with children. It's just really hard to get all 32 of them to stand in their squares.
She's also known for her corny jokes.
Yeah,
I love
why
it.
do ducks have feathers? To cover their butt quacks. Happy, Brian?
Yeah, he's happy now, I'm sure. But all right, well, thank you so much for being on the show this morning, and send us some music, and hopefully we'll see you down the road, okay?
Thank you. We sure look forward to meeting you all someday.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Sweet Harriet, everybody, joining us. Such a pleasure to have her on the show, and just a ray of sunshine.
Boss said, son, you're gonna come undone if you don't get some R&R. He said, you know I'm right, man, your side. You need to get back in your car. So I drove all day and half the night. Told myself, you know, the boss man was right. Now it's palm trees and a cool ocean breeze and a tiki bar that's on my mind. Beach please, just get away from me. Beach please, just get me to the Florida Keys. Beach please, I need to feel that ocean breeze. Got there on Monday and I booked a room. I was looking for a place to unwind. Walking through the tiki, some girls were acting freaky. They were looking for a tiki good time. A woman walked up and said, are you alone? I really need someone to buy me some drinks. I said, yes, I'm alone. I just got off the road and now I'm face to face with Jar Jar Binks. Beach please, just get away from me. Beach please, just get me to the Florida Keys. Beach please, I need to feel that ocean breeze. She said, I thought you were hot, I'm sorry you're not. Don't know what you're missing right here. I said, think I do, and if it's alright with you, I'd really rather just drink my beer. Well, I got up to leave just as fast as I could, and now this woman's hot on my heels. She was screaming and yelling and calling me names. She didn't know that I was hell on wheels. Beach please, just get away from me. Beach please, where'd I put those damn car keys? Beach please, I need to feel that ocean breeze. Then all of a sudden an angel walked in and I knew that it was all over now. We started laughing at each other, it was clear to see that I was eager for a quick way out. She was long and lean in a lemon lime bikini and driving me on out of my mind. But she was laughing at this woman who was yelling at me, and what she said made me spit red wine. She said, beach please, better stay away from my man. Beach please, you dress like a garbage can. Beach please, you got such a nice ballroom tan. Beach please, go back to the sausage stand. Beach please, where did I put my car keys? Beach please, maybe ask the old barkeep. Beach please, just get away from me.
That's right. Some Beach Please. That is Mr. Joe Rich right there. That's his brand new tune. And we got to get Joe on the show sometime and get caught up with him. But right now, let's see here. We need to get Richard over here. See if we can get him into the with the Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club. They're going to be having the Forgotten Coast Music Festival Labor Day weekend. How you doing this morning?
Very good. How about yourself, Danny?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I love the hat.
That's cute.
They're fresh off the printer for our event, so they're
nice.
Had some pictures of a guy fishing with it yesterday, even so.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing a fantastic job getting ready for this music festival, and I want you to tell us all about it. But first, I want to hit some of the Forgotten Coast. I hate to tell everybody where you are because they're all going to flock down there, and it's going to if you ever go down, and I'll let you tell everybody where you're at and what you got. But it's one of these old beach towns that is hard to find these days.
It is.
Yeah. So tell us all about it.
Well, the Forgotten Coast, we're Franklin County, Florida, in the Panhandle, kind of right near the Big Bend area, a couple hours east of Panama City. And we're a small county, about maybe 12,000 people, very, very rural. I think our county has maybe 2 stoplights along Highway 98. And it's funny because it's, I'll get to a little bit of the story, but, Manala, who we met, kind of helped start this whole idea of the event. His comment was, we were talking to him because he had vacationed here in St. George Island, which is a barrier island out.
Beautiful.
Right across from us. And he goes, you guys have what we all write about.
Yeah.
The small, sleepy beach towns, fishing and, little dive bars. And he goes, you have what we all write about.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a lot of the trop rock music really here. We're still kind of a country rock style, very music oriented. Every venue we have offers live music pretty much either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So people love our music here. But it's just a real small little sleepy town. There's building codes that don't let you build big high rises more than 30 feet. So the county's done very well trying to limit.
Yeah.
So we stay like we are, kind of that Forgotten Coast, and people can come visit, and we love tourism, and we want to keep it the way it is.
Well, it is true. I mean, we were talking the other day by phone, and I was saying that it reminds me a lot of Anna Marie Island, and especially where you can't build those high-rise hotels and block the sunsets and all that stuff, and. Yep. They've been pretty true to that as well. There's a little more tourists there, especially on the weekends, especially around holidays or whatever. But your area down in St. George, that's such a beautiful place. But so tell us about the festival and how this is all coming together and what you're raising money for.
I'll give you just a little history. As most know, the state of Florida made, August 30th, 2024, Jimmy Buffett Day after his passing in 23. And so last year on August 30th, we had kind of our first Jimmy Buffett Day party at one of our breweries, East Point Beer, which is a small microbrewery in East Point, Florida. And we had a party there, and we kind of advertised it with our club. They advertised it. The place was packed to the brim. I mean, we had people standing outside. We had games. We had other stuff, and it was just an unbelievable turnout. We had people coming from Georgia down, over from Alabama came in, and that was kind of the first trigger to say, what, and we know around here people love Jimmy Buffett. And
sure.
Our club does a ton of volunteer work in our community, and people know us. They know if they need help doing something, we're going to be there to do it. And so that was the first kind of thing, and then. My wife and I and a bunch of us went down Meeting Minds over in Gulf Shores to hang out last October. And we had a chance to, up on the VIP deck, meet Manalo. He was up there playing and went over and started talking to him and just, kind of shoot the breeze with him. And he asked where we were from. I said, well, we're from, the Forgotten Coast in the Appalach, Carabel, East Point area in St. George Island. He goes, I vacationed as a little kid for the last 20 years at St. George Island.
Wow.
And he goes, I played at East Point Beer during one of our vacations a couple of years ago. I went to open mic and played at that brewery. And he goes, you guys don't have any of that trop rock music down there yet. I said, no, not really. And he says, what can we do? And my wife said, we need to figure out a way to do something.
Yeah.
And so that's where it all started.
Yeah.
Was sitting there talking to Manalo, relaxed on a pool deck at Muty Mines last October. And then we came back and we had our club Christmas party, and we kind of talked to the membership and said, we're thinking about doing this, maybe doing a music fest for Jimmy Buffett Day next August. And all of them loved the idea. And that meeting, people started talking. Our membership's around 100 members, or a little 12,000 population county. It's a pretty big club for our area.
Sure.
And some people started talking about, what are we going to, we're going to do this as a benefit for something. Yeah. But we started talking. By the end of the night, we had a vote.
Wow.
Within the club.
That's hard to do in a Parrot club. Get everybody to agree to something in one night.
But then we had a vote to say who was it going to be. We had a couple different things, and the school music program won 99% of the votes that night.
Wow.
So that was kind of our start of what are we going to do, because it kind of goes in tune with Sing for Change.
Yeah.
Jimmy's benefit is, and our school had, when COVID hit, the school canceled their marching band program.
Yeah.
And they never restarted it until this year. They started with middle school, and because they had needed money. All the uniforms from the past were rotted from sitting around for 5 years, not being used. A lot of the instruments were bad.
Yeah, instruments just go bad if you don't use them.
Yeah, if you don't use them. And so we got together with the principal and the music director at the school and said, what do you need? And she's like, we can't restart the high school marching band because we don't have uniforms. We don't have instruments. We started middle school with a hope that we can, as they go up, middle school goes into high school, that we'd be able to get it started, but they need funds. And we're like, we're here.
We're here.
And so when we started talking about the Music Fest and all of our venues here, we started saying, well, do we do a big stage and a big production, or do we use our existing venues? And we know, because we're Parrot heads, we know all of our little dive bars very, very well. We know the owners, they know us.
Sure.
And so I started talking to them and saying, would you guys be open to us schedule an artist to come in and play at your venue for these couple days? And pretty much all of them were like, we need music anyway.
Yeah.
Why not bring something different in that's, we know, because they know when we do something, people come.
Yeah.
On the Parrot head side, because so we started talking with them. We said, well, let's start with 3, depending what musicians. And we said, now we got to get some musicians. And Manalo had a couple in his mind. And
yeah.
And we're like, well, if we do 3 days, you need 5 or 6 musicians. He had maybe 2.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to Eric Babin.
Yeah.
And Eric sent an email out to a bunch of, in a sense, kind of the young and upcoming artists. And within a week, I had 20 artists contact me.
Nice.
So we started working through, and the venues started coming on, but all of a sudden I had too many artists for 3 venues. So then I had to go out. We only had about 10 bars within our general 4 little city area,
right,
between St. George, Apalachicola, East Point, and Carabel. So it's limited. So I started, okay, I need more venues. So I started going out, talking to the other owners. We got down to 7, and then we were able to kind of, over the past, 3 or 4 months, really work to say, okay, now we've got, 15 artists or groups coming to play, 49 shows over the 3 days at 7 of our venues.
Wow. Yeah. That's fantastic. It really took off. I mean, I feel like
exploded.
I feel like 20 years from now we'll be talking about Manalo like everybody talks about Jerry Diaz as the godfather of Me and the Minds.
Yeah, it is. It's since we met him last year, he's exploded.
Oh yeah, he has. He definitely has. And it's good that the Trop Cop community. You mentioned Eric, and helping you out with that. I mean, that's what the Trop Rock community does. Everybody comes together, and especially for a good cause. We have a high school out in Antioch High School out in California, and their music department produces a show every week on Tuesday, and it's really cool to where we give Callie McCool full credit for that. He's the music teacher out there, and he brings these kids together, and they produce this show, and they're you're helping them to think about the future of music, or maybe getting into something else or whatever. And it's a broadcasting, something like that. I mean, it's a good thing to get a hold of. But when it comes to a marching band, it seems to me that the uniforms come first and then the music, right? Listen, we can't just stand out here in our shorts and flip-flops, okay? We're gonna look ridiculous. We got to have some good uniforms. And once we get those, then we'll put a band together.
Yeah. And they, the middle schoolers, we've gone over and seen them play, and they're, it's just, I've never seen a marching band of, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders, and it's unbelievable seeing the smiles in these children's faces and such. And then, you go to a football game, we don't have a marching band. You go to a parade, we have a parade here.
Yeah.
No marching band. And that's what gets the party going.
That's right. That's right.
The music, right?
Yeah, hopefully we can get this thing kicked off, and they'll be playing in the Macy's Day Parade in the future, before you know it.
It's amazing. And the neat thing is, our kickoff for the event, on Friday night, on Friday afternoon, really at 2:00, is we've got a small group of children at the school who play ukuleles.
Right.
And there, you may have seen my post last week.
Yeah.
There are about 6 or 7 of them with some adults. Our kickoff, they're learning some Jimmy Buffett songs. They're learning Margaritaville, Cheeseburger in Paradise.
That's
and they
awesome.
had their debut at East Point Beer last week, because they're learning 5 or 6 songs, and we're going to have them on the stage. That's the kickoff of the whole event. We're going to focused on children and music, and we're going to have a couple of the artists are going to join them on stage and play some of these tunes.
Oh, that's cool.
And their debut last week was just, I can't tell you the smiles. I mean, their smiles went ear to ear, and it's just music. They love the music because it's different from what they're used to playing.
Yeah.
And one of the teacher, who's also part of our Parrot Head crew here, she puts her heart and soul into these children, and she's not affiliated with the school. She just does it on her own time.
Yeah.
And but it's going to be an exciting kickoff, and I really want the children in our area to see these musicians and meet them and talk to them, to say that, music can be something I can strive to go do.
Sure.
And people, because our area being very rural, we don't have much really industry. We're, a lot of fishing, and a lot of service industry, a lot of, the restaurants and, what few hotels we have. But we want to be able to show these children that there's folks out here who love music, and they're still playing at 20 years and 30 years and 40 years and 50 years old. And they, and that's what we want to do. And I want to get the artists who are coming in. That was one thing Manalo, when we were talking to him, he goes, a lot of these artists from Nashville or Mississippi or Alabama drive through your area to get down to Tampa or to get to Orlando. They just never knew to stop.
Yeah.
And it's where kind of that medial, so my goal is to try to get these artists to get in touch with the venues, and then throughout the year, they're driving through, stop and play a gig sometime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had Donnie Brewer and several of them play here for our summer party or whatever, and I've seen them, teach kids how to play guitar or whatever, on stage, and there's a music department down in Key West called Bahama Village Music, and if you want to learn to play a instrument, all you got to do is walk in and say, I want to play. and they'll help you. And I always envisioned of working with them. It's never come to fruition, but I don't ever give up on too much. But I always envisioned for those kids to come in and play, even if it's 20 or 30 minutes, part of our songwriter showcase we have in Key West each year, to kind of spotlight what they've done. I kind of the connection. So it sounds like that's kind of what you're thinking as well.
Exactly. I mean, and music is such a core of in children. It makes better math scores, better cognitive learning. Music does so much, especially at a young age, that we want to show these kids that, hey, we believe in you. Get up and play and get in that marching band and perform for the crowds.
Well, tell us how people can sign, or not really sign up, but get the information, the website. I do have a banner on our website, tikimanradio.com, and there's a picture of it on there that you can just click on. It takes you to your website for everybody that's listening out there. But this is a free to the public thing, right?
It is free to the public. We're just taking donations. You can donate through our website. You can donate on site during the event. We'll have donation jars out at each venue. You can go out to our Facebook, Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club. That's the easiest way. Facebook, Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club, and there's a link in the featured events. And you click in there, and you can get to our website, which shows you every artist, all the schedules, all the different venues, how to get here, all the FAQs from, an exciting one people have talked to me about already is all of our venues are pet friendly.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Every venue, people can bring their dogs on a leash. And we're kind of that dive bar, right? There's nothing fancy about the places we're going to play at, but they have cold beer and good drinks, and we'll have food in every place. They'll have food. Either a lot of them serve it, or they'll have food trucks around. Some venues you can walk between the two of them. We're also planning to have within the 7 venues, there's maybe about, if you look at the circle, it's maybe about a 20-mile circle.
Wow.
And we are going to be offering a shuttle service. One of our members, again, owns a 15-person shuttle van that he takes people over to Panama City or up to Tallahassee and, vacationers and such. So we're going to have that running for, a small fee for a day pass to be able to go between all venues all day long.
From what I remember, it's not that far from Panama City, Mexico Beach area, right in there. I mean, we pretty much take a right at Dothan and go over to Panama City when we go down to the Rendezvous and broadcast. But if you go straight down 75, I mean, you're basically going to run into it, right?
Exactly right. We're probably about an hour from Tallahassee, Florida, straight north of us. Like I said, we're about 2 hours from Panama City. You got, like you said, Mexico Beach. You got Port St. Joe, which is a beautiful little town. Which is about a half an hour from us. And Apalachicola is, probably our biggest little city we have. Great little downtown area. East Point's got, some neat bars. I mean, our East Point beer is actually, that bar is on the bay.
Nice.
So you can sit out there, you can walk down a dock, sit on the end of the dock, and just enjoy the sunset or sunrise, whatever. But we've a couple of our places are literally on the water.
Wow.
And you can't beat that. Like you said in your previous show about how the ocean and the waves relaxes you, and that's why I live here. Because I love the water, and people will be able to experience it and see what we have. And we. There's plenty of houses for sale too. So,
well, again, I used to slip down there a lot back in the day. It's been a while since I've been down there, but I know that was it Hurricane Michael?
Hurricane Michael, 2018.
Yeah, it was prior to Michael that I was down there, maybe 2015, somewhere around in there. But. It's such a beautiful small town. I like how you describe it, your smallest city that's closest to you. But the Forgotten Coast is, something all these guys, like you said, are writing about, talking about, and I write about them all the time myself. When I write my morning post, so it's a really cool thing. So we got to let you fly, but this is Memorial Day weekend, or not Memorial Day, but Labor Day weekend, and basically Jimmy Buffett weekend from here on out, and you can go to. Forgotten Parrot Head. What is it?
Forgotten Coast Parrot Head Club.
There we go.
Facebook.
And get all the information about this.
Yep.
And it's all for a good cause, raising money for the kids. The donations, when we say donations, you guys are already taking donations. The event is free to the public, but understand that we're raising money for the kids. And so come down and have fun and do it for a good cause, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, all right, man. We're going to let you fly. Thanks for joining us this morning. And as always, we're here at Tiki Man Radio to help you guys get the word out or do anything that we can to help you as well. So keep that in mind, okay?
Well, we appreciate you a lot, Danny, and what you've done, and all the other promotional partners we have. So it's just grown exponentially because of help like yours and other partners like you. So we really appreciate you.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us, and keep doing what you're doing, and it's all for a good cause, man.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you much, guys.
All right, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
Taking time to look around. Everybody's heading into town, but we are not. Volume's up and the windows down, feeling hot, hot, hot. You and me together, babe, gonna let it all roll. 'Cause everything is better now when we take it slow. Riding in the slow lane. Life's the blink of an eye. My, riding in the slow lane. Blue angels paint the sky. Just a surfer and his girl. Everything is in our reach, not a care in the world. Great to get a second chance, won't need a third. Only one direction now, shout it out forward. Driving in the slow lane. Watch the fog disappear. My dear, riding in the slow lane. Maybe stop and grab a beer. Oh,
it's time for the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo with JBL Travel Group. JBL Travel Group is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. You can reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. And now get ready to learn something new about travel. Take it away, Joe.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And made the big announcement last week and just want to let you know that those of you who follow our social media pages, our website was down for a couple of hours, actually a day and a half, and it's back up now. The new website, still jbltravelgroup.net, is up. It's mobile ready. It's on your computer. And I just want to invite you to go and take a look at it. It's got some great technology on there. There's a whole tab for finding a cruise. There's featured specials. There's a place for resorts. If you scroll through some of the tabs, we have a quarterly travel magazine that you can read online or download to your computer. You'll see some places there where you can sign up for an email to get weekly specials on what's going on. I think you're going to find it quite interesting. I know Michelle Myers was one of the first people to log on to it and said it was very user-friendly and very easy to use. So I would suggest that you go on there. So we're real excited because this is really a new chapter. We're moving forward. We're growing. And it kind of reminds me of, a talk that I did a long time ago. Is why do you really use a travel agent? And why don't you book online? And, I get that question all the time. And I just want to let you know, if you're booking online, you may think it's a great deal, but when it gets to the end, it's not. That's number one. Number two, you have nobody to talk to, and you're nothing but a credit card number. When you call us or one of our other cruise planner associates from all over the country, you're dealing with a real person. We're taking care of your trip from point A to point B. People that have traveled with me, whether it's in groups or I've done trips for you, you know that when I give you your documents or when I give you your instructions, you know you're going to get off the plane or the ship or whatever you're on. Your transfer is going to be there. It's going to take you to where you need to go and vice versa. We'll talk about insurance. We'll make sure you're insured for the right things. We'll help you through the insurance process, and we're always there to answer any questions. So I don't want to get into that whole subject again. I really want to just pop on here to let you know that the website is up. I want you to go check it out and take a look at it. And next week we'll get into some stuff. If you have a topic that you would like me to cover on the Travel Minute, shoot me an email at jbltravelgroup@gmail.com. Also, you can catch me now at joe.leo@cruiseplanners.com. They both come right to the same mailbox. Anyway, it's great talking to all you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Joe. You've been listening to the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo, winner of the 2024 Magellan Awards of Excellence. Each week, Joe takes you through the ins and outs of the travel industry and gives you ideas about travel that you never even thought about. If you're looking to take a trip, book a cruise, or a special event, then reach out to Joe Leo at JBL Travel Group at 732-831-5200, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. This hour of the show is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio, an organizer for the Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise every year in May, where we go island hopping around the Caribbean. JBL Travel Company specializes in cruises and all-inclusive resorts for family vacations, group travel, destination weddings, and honeymoons for over 10 years. You should always take the Tiki Man's advice and travel with somebody you know. Reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. Make sure you check out the JBL Travel Minute every Sunday at noon on Tiki Man Radio. During Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man, you'll learn something new every week. That's JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. Goaltending services, our good friends Gypsy Travels will take you out to the sandbars of the Florida Keys. It's time to get off the bar stools and get on another bar, a sandbar, with Gypsy Travels and GTS Charters. And now with Goaltending Services Outfitters, you can get the equipment you need, you can get the apparel you need, grab you some drinks and some souvenirs. That's Goaltending Services, the elite place to be if you're going to a sandbar or being on the water in the Florida Keys. Reach out to them today. Goaltending Services. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you. Make sure you visit the newly opened Goaltending House Outfitters, upstairs from the Hurricane Hole Restaurant at the dock. GTS Charters and Goaltending Outfitters. There's no better place to be in the Florida Keys.
I just want to thank you guys for mentioning my name not only once, not only twice, but maybe 4 or 5 times. This is Patty Smith here from Hagerstown, Maryland.
To make a big play, yeah, you gotta go long. Get your head in the game, yeah, you gotta stay strong. When the chips are down, you gotta swing from the heels. If you wanna be happy, you gotta do what you feel. I've got this buddy who walks around confused, afraid to take a gamble, afraid he's gonna lose. Life is like a fast train speeding down the track. Once you reach the station, boy, you're not coming back. Yeah, to make a big play, yeah, you gotta go long. Get your head in the game, yeah, you gotta gotta stay strong when the chips are down. You gotta swing from the heels if you wanna be happy. You gotta do what you feel. Everybody's looking for a chance to beat the odds. And everybody's looking for a smile from the gods. It ain't always easy, and it ain't ever free. Nothing's ever perfect, so take a tip from me. Yeah, to make a big play, yeah, you gotta go long. Get your head in the game. Yeah, you gotta stay strong when the chips are down. You gotta swing from the heels if you wanna be happy. You gotta do what you feel. Make a big play. Yeah, you gotta go long. Get your head in the game. Yeah, you gotta stay strong when the chips are down. You gotta swing from the heels if you wanna be happy. You gotta do what you feel if you wanna be happy. You gotta do what you feel.
The late great Jim Morris right there, and that's the best advice you can get is if you want to be happy, you got to do what you feel. You know, that's what it's all about. You gotta for God's sakes, you know, get out and do something that makes you happy. Quit focusing on negativity. You know, and I know that we're kind of trained this way. You know, it starts with the weatherman. You know, y'all know how I hate the weather people, right? So. But it starts with them, you know, from an early age, right? They say, well, it's going to be 50% chance of rain today.
Is it?
And I always wondered why they can't say
50% chance of sunshine.
Today's going to be a 50% chance of sunshine. Doesn't that sound better?
It does.
Why does it, you know, I understand that a 50% chance of sunshine means that it's not going to be sunny all day. I get that, you know, but I feel better when it says 50% chance of sunshine. You know, that's why I want on my tombstone to say not
sunrise,
not born and died. It should say sunrise and sunset because that's how it's supposed to be, you know. So
yeah.
So I just love Ann.
I do too.
She brought crystals.
She brought you crystals.
She brought crystals. I feel like my dad.
I know, she brought crystals.
You know, somehow or another I'm slipping into that. Well, you know, you got to bring the old people crystals. We've laughed about it. Now it's happening to us.
I know.
And we're happy about it.
Well, your daddy, my mama, you know, did you bring crystals? You know, we'd go over and did you bring the crystals?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. Your mama even. Your mama, she would say that. Your daddy.
Yeah.
My mama.
Absolutely.
They're
Absolutely.
like, well, I see you showed up. Well, did you bring crystals? That's all they want. That's all they want. Now we're the old people.
Now we're the old people, apparently. Great conversation with sweet Harriet, and
Yes.
That was nice to have her on the show. And what a ray of sunshine she is, you know. And I've always been from a distance. I haven't spent I haven't spent any time with her really, but I've always been inspired by because I can kind of relate how people are always. You notice we played that song, right? She never mentioned it. She automatically started talking about another song she's working on.
Yeah.
You just automatically start talking
Yeah.
about something else that's popped in your mind, and that's kind of how my mind works as well. So can relate to that. And Rick, join us with the Parrot Club there, the Forgotten Coast Parrot Club.
Mm-hmm.
God love them, putting together a music festival. Because, B-Man and myself, we work all year long, along with everybody else that helps us with that. We don't want to take full credit for everything, but we definitely brainstorm about things over the years, and we've just changed it at the right moment and made changes and did things that as it got bigger.
Yeah.
And new artists came along and this and that and all that stuff, different even technology,
Oh, yeah.
I wish we'd have had cameras back in the beginning, but
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
I fought with that, because I didn't want to be on camera at all. I'm like,
yeah, and here
you
are.
got to fix your hair, you got to put on makeup, you got to blah 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 blah, and then I'm like, well,
yeah.
You know what? It's been fun.
Listen, I don't like it either. I hate having to get makeup put on and everything every Sunday morning before the show. I hate that.
Are you kidding me? You don't even wear it. Don't even
The
wear it.
hairstylist comes in, fixes my hair. I mean, I'm just trying to drink coffee and relax, try to get ready for the show, and we got to go in the dressing room and all that going on,
I know.
Anyway, so great conversations with those guys. JBL Travel Moment. Website is up and going. The 5th annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise in Paradise Island. All adults only. Okay,
Yeah, that's
by the way.
exciting.
That's one of the things you guys complained about. Like, I don't be around them little bastards. Well, it's adults only, and again, the date that we choose for this is so important for so many ways. First of all, it's before hurricane season. Very important. I can't tell you how important that is. Second of all, traveling from Wednesday to Wednesday is cheaper, okay?
Yes.
And it's not as busy when you're traveling that way as well, okay?
Yes.
And again, it's how your mind is, right? 7 days is still 7 days.
That's right.
Anyway, so but having adults only, that was one thing. We didn't have a lot of problem with kids down in Costa Rica.
No.
I mean, there were a few.
We really didn't.
We had a few there that apparently don't go to school and are going to not turn out very well.
I saw more babies. Babies, little ones, little ones.
Yeah.
So they don't go to school yet, anyway.
Yeah. If you are just joining us, hit that like button. That helps us out tremendously and helps us continue to do what we do. And make sure you go over to our website and check out the Forgotten Coast Parrot Club Music Festival, Labor Day weekend. And again, that's, you just knew that was going to happen. You just knew that every Parrot Club in the United States or around the world is going to have a music festival or some kind of event Labor Day weekend.
Well, I think it's a really good cause.
Yeah.
Music for the schools. I was in the marching band. It was great times of my life. I played in jazz, and I loved playing trumpet.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Good camaraderie, and loved playing music. And then when you get it all together, when everybody syncs up, the band syncs together, it's just like, hey, we did that.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, well, for all of the volunteers and everything that you do, and I would never do a music festival without B-Man.
Oh, absolutely.
B-Man says, I'm done with this. And I'm like, okay, fine. I didn't think you'd ever quit.
Yeah.
And there's been, the funny thing about that is that there's been plenty of times where I've called him and said, listen, I'm done with this. I'm done with it, and he talks me out of it. And the same thing with him or whatever. And,
you're like, but wait a minute, we got to get to this point,
Yeah, well, let's do 10 years.
Let's get to 10,
Well, we're both 60.
This
we're
is
going
the
to
night.
be 60, right?
Yeah.
And, we really won't be doing this when we're 70. I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
But it is what it is. We're having fun doing what we're doing, and that's really all that matters.
That's right, Michelle. She's chiming in. Come on, everybody, sign up. Let's all go to the Bahamas.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
First of all, we're on the same time zone, I do believe, Eastern time. I'd have to check that.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Have to check that. But it's a very quick flight. For us, anyway. I mean, if you're flying from somewhere else or whatever, it's not, maybe it wouldn't be. But if you're in California,
well, yeah,
that kind of thing. But for us, it's probably going to be the quickest flight because Jamaica wasn't bad.
No.
I mean, we were
wasn't.
there in like an hour and 15 minutes or something from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not
crazy.
bad at all.
And I would like to go back to Jamaica at some point and go to Negril on the other side of the island.
Yes, I would too.
That would be fun. We got to get Ann down there. I mean, this whole business about...
well, she's always busy.
Come on. Listen, I'm not going to live forever, okay? you got to come and go with us and have fun. But, move us up the list a little bit.
She brought you crystals today.
She did.
Okay,
She did.
well,
I love her to death. I love her to death.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. So, kind of lost track of YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
Anything going on over there? I see Joe Rich is wanting to be on the show. Yeah, I'd love to have you, man. I'll tell you what, I'll email you if you don't hear from me by Tuesday. Okay? Yeah. Email me and remind me, and we'll get together and talk on the phone and see if we can't get you on the show next week if you're available. I know you're touring the world and doing all kinds of stuff, so we'll make it happen. But pretty good song that he's got out there. Beach Please. Beach Please.
Oh, Dan Ware says him and the princess are signed up for the Bahamas. Yippee.
All right.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I know. It was like that year, they took off, and it was like, hey, man.
Yeah, this ain't cool.
This ain't right.
Yeah, there's something missing.
Right. Something's up. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
So you did see. I like the area. I like the footprint of this Ryu is much smaller.
It is much
smaller. But it goes straight
higher.
up. It goes higher. Yeah.
And I like, we were looking at it last night, the angles of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a view of the beach, right? Yeah. And there's a beach, okay?
And there's a beach.
That was one of the things that I didn't particularly care about in Costa Rica, but...
There was a beach in Costa Rica.
There was, but I mean, after coming from the Dominican Republic, where you're just out there, and sir, would you like to have another drink? Yes,
right.
Yes, that'd be great. Yeah, will you bring that for me?
So you couldn't in Costa Rica, you couldn't just sit on the beach and have somebody deliver your...
Not without bug spray.
Not without bug spray. Hey, I loved Costa Rica.
I love Costa Rica. I love all these countries. I love all these places we go to. I love the people more than anything. I love meeting new people. Love the monkey bar.
Loved it. Yeah.
I love,
I even love crazy Alan Corrales.
I don't know, man. I can't spend 12 hours with him again. I just can't do it. I just cannot spend 12 hours with him again.
He's very passionate about what he does.
He was our tour guide, for those of you that don't know. I know Donna, I have one more question, knows who Alan is. And everybody that was on the bus with us for 12 and a half hours knows who Alan is, because he talked the entire time, especially right at me because I'm sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Whew. I mean, I had to go lay down after that. I was like, I'm done. People are like, let's go to the bar. I'm like, I'm done. I got to go lay down.
I'm done.
I got to go watch a movie in Spanish, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
If you watch, I forget what the movie was. They kept playing over and over and over. But by the third time that I watched it in Spanish, I knew what they were talking about. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's great.
All righty here. So, yeah, we have crystals delivered here by Ann. And
Uncle Alex made some pretty awesome biscuits and gravy. And he brought, we have lots of food.
Well, there's this myth out there about us that you don't know.
What's that?
That we starve people to death.
Oh, yeah.
So they always bring in food.
Well, that's a good thing.
Which was kind of the idea when we decided, no, listen, we're not going to feed anybody else.
We're not going to feed it.
If they get hungry, they'll bring food.
You're so silly.
That's how that happened. All right, let's take a ride down to the border. Happy Sunday.
Headed out west on a dusty trail, trying to leave my senorita far behind. Stopped in a little cantina and drank them out of tequila, but it wasn't enough to get her off my mind. So I wandered out into the desert, followed the light of the coyote moon. That's when I had a vision, a spooky old medicine Indian who gave me a bottle and then sang this tune. Cactus moonshine, mystic spirit, take my memories away. Cactus moonshine, wine of the desert, so I may never remember a thing. Well, the next thing I knew, I woke up in Cabo, face down in the dunes, sand in my teeth. I was wearing a white wedding dress, a sombrero, and a Hell's Angels vest, and a t-shirt that said, I smoked Willie with weed. I vaguely remember a road trip to Las Vegas, a cowgirl and a jackalope named Jose. She must have taken me for a ride, 'cause I've got spurs marks in my sides and a marriage license signed by Reverend McConaughey. I got a chili cook-off trophy from Terlingua. I got a strange dog with maracas tied to its tail. There's a text on my phone here from Elvis, and some blurry Clint Eastwood selfies, and a mugshot of me and Charlie Sheen in a Mexican jail. Cactus moonshine, mystic spirit, take my memories away. Cactus moonshine, wine of the desert, so I may never remember a thing, never again. Cactus moonshine.
Coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar in beautiful Harrison Bay, to your Tiki Bar. Tiki Man Radio is your soundtrack of summer.
Well, it's a moonlit night down near the bayou, and there ain't no reason why you Sure caught her share of fish down in the river where we get our rowdy on. So come on down to Louisiana and watch this fella play. I'll make it sound like a blues piano sawing these strings all day. Bring your woman and your spirit and we'll do it the Cajun way. 'Cause right now it sure appears it's a party down on Whiskey Bay. We'll put a little spice on a jambalaya, and there ain't no reason why you don't want to sing with a washboard band and have a little barefoot wine. So come on down to Louisiana and watch this fiddle play. I'll make it sound like a blues piano sawing these strings all day. Bring your woman and your spirit and we'll do it the Cajun way. 'Cause right now it sure appears it's a party down on Whiskey Bay. Well, halfway between Baton Rouge and Lafayette, the boys get drunk while the girls get wet. Come on down to Louisiana and watch this fiddle play. I'll make it sound like a blues piano sawing these strings all day. Bring your woman and your spirit and we'll do it the Cajun way. 'Cause right now it sure appears it's a party down on Whiskey Bay. Yeah, it's a party down on Whiskey Bay.
Hey y'all, this is Brooke Graham. If you're needing some me time, pour yourself a double rum and join us at Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woke up on the right side of the bed with my baby on my left. Little birds out my window singing what Bob Marley said. Everything's gonna be alright, alright. Even if that old weatherman lies, it's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good, good day. I got some good friends, the only good time way. I got a good girl, it's a good, good life. Gonna be a good day that turns into a real good night. Get a good fire burning, it's a good world turning. I don't care what they say, it's gonna be a real good day. Yeah, BK. Woo. Might take that top off of that Wrangler, turn me up a banger. Little George Strait out of 88, giving bad vibes the finger. Drink some 5 o'clock somewhere big. Ain't a thing I'm worried about down here. Gonna be a good day, gonna be a good, good day. I got some good friends, the only good time way. I got a good girl, it's a good, good life. Gonna be a good day that turns into a real good night. Yeah, a real good night. Woo. Gonna let that red
Are you looking to grow your business and get your brand out there? Well, come be part of the Tiki Man Radio family. With over 10 years of branding experience, over 12,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a worldwide audience, Tiki Man Radio can take your business to the next level. Have you checked into local advertising? 15-second slots for thousands of dollars, sandwiched in between the news and 25 other businesses? Internet radio takes your business around the world. Let me tell you what Tiki Man Radio is all about. We're all about branding. We are all about getting your name to the listener base that you're looking for. We have sponsorship packages for large and small businesses with several live shows every week, music festivals in Key West and on the road, and the capability to come to your business. Tiki Man Radio becomes your part. Reach out to us at tikimanradio@gmail.com for the sponsorship package that fits your need. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio. Come over and be part of the family. Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Camys Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, streaming live on the GTS Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee, from 7 to 9 p.m. Friday, starting at 7 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings, starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun. That's right. Have some fun, for God's sakes. You know, get out there. It's going to be a beautiful day here.
I know. I'm happy. We got the sunshine.
Well, you know, I don't even know. I mean, I understand that people like yourself used to work in the middle of the night, right? But
That's
you were
right.
working in the middle of the night, so it didn't really matter if it rained, right? I mean,
It didn't matter.
If you were outside, I guess it would matter. But, you know, this whole business about 70% chance of rain, it's going to come in at 2:30 a.m. and stop at 6. Who cares? Who cares? You know, I mean, I just need to know what the sun's going to look like when I get up in the morning. That's all I care about. You know?
Yes.
But anyway, you missed the Almanac earlier.
Yes, I did.
You're upstairs making your
tea.
17th glass of tea.
Yeah.
How many glasses of tea do you drink a day?
I'm going to say probably about 20.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God almighty.
And that's hot tea with no sugar, no nothing in it. Just hot herbal tea.
20 glasses of tea a
I'd
day.
say about 20, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Maybe a little less, but I'm just guesstimating. About 20. I gotta sit here and hold. So I'm always holding my mug. It keeps me warm. Because I'm like my grandma. So my grandma in Alabama, they lived on a farm. And they lived in a very old farmhouse, very, very old. And it did not have, I mean, they had to bring in the plumbing at one point. It was a big farmhouse too, but
Big deal. We got indoor plumbing.
Yeah, well, when they brought indoor plumbing in, they put plumbing into the kitchen for the sink, you know, and then they put plumbing into, they made a bathroom under the stairs.
Under the stairs?
Under the stairs, because they didn't know where else to put it, you know, because otherwise you're going to chop up some, you know, and so one bathroom.
Under the stairs?
And this house had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedrooms. It was a big farmhouse. Anyway, but there was also no central heat and air.
Yeah.
And so they,
none of that craziness.
No, and what? So in the summertime, giant windows. So they'd raise them up and they'd plug in, like a box fan and set it in the window and just have the window raised with the box fan blowing, circulating air. And in the wintertime, we slept under like 12 quilts and had a wood stove central to the house and just went everywhere. But if you're upstairs, it's pretty cold, and so you slept under like 12 quilts. Weighed you down.
All right, I have forgotten where I was even going with that story.
But I
remember the bathroom under the stairs.
No, you're asking me why I'm drinking so much. So Grandma, I remember.
Where's Grandma at? She's under the stairs, going to the bathroom again.
So when she had to go into a house that had air conditioning, she froze 2 days. I mean, she would just shiver all the time. It don't matter if the air was set on 75. She was freezing all the time because she's not used to air conditioning. That was my point.
Grandpa's like, listen, this is a good thing. We don't have to leave the ice box open all the time.
Donna said she got eaten alive during her landscaping adventure.
Well, good. You should have been listening to the show, okay? I'm sure she was, but I'm just messing with you.
She was listening to the show.
A lot of skeeters down there in Costa Rica, too.
Oh, yeah. They were, what did they call them? Pterodactyl.
Yeah, I don't know. Alan was as dramatic as our weather people around here.
I like Alan.
But anyway. So anyway, back to the Almanac. That's where I was going with that.
Yes.
Let's see if I can...
Hello, everyone.
All right, let me just move ahead here a little bit. So on this date, Anthony Bourdain died.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I
really liked Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, I did too. I still do. I mean, he still pops up. He's still on TV.
Well,
they still replay his shows and stuff. But
right.
Yeah, that was surprising. He died of suicide, but the kind of took himself out. But at the same time, just going all over the world. Now, some of that stuff I couldn't watch him eat. He's way up in a cave somewhere, and this island where people don't wear clothes anymore and all this stuff. And they live in the jungle or whatever, and they're eating monkey brains or something. I'm like, I'm out. I can't do that. But
I don't know. I would try anything once. That doesn't mean I will like it, but I'll try it.
It's kind of like, what's his name? What was the crocodile guy that got killed by the
Stingray?
Stingray. What was his name?
I watch his
kids are doing it now.
His kids are doing the show now.
I mean, but you knew. I mean, I thought that he was going to get Steve or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you just knew he was going to get eaten by an alligator.
Oh, no.
Because he's like, he's got the alligator's mouth wide open. He's looking in there, counting their teeth and stuff. And you're like, man, you better leave that alligator alone.
Thank you, Joe. Joe Rich says Steve Irwin. Yes.
Steve Irwin.
And now the Irwins are doing it in Australia, which is where they live, Australia.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, Steve Irwin. I mean, but it was fascinating to watch, right? And it was different than most things that because we grew up with. What was it? Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it came
Somebody
out
on social media is putting up old clips of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Of course, it would come to me because I'm that old. So
your phone's like, well, this is some old stuff. Better put that in her feed.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I was like, this is so cool. We used to watch that.
But that's all we had to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, today
Mutual
we're going out
Omaha's
and look at
Wild
the
Kingdom.
buffaloes, or whatever, the water buffalo.
I thought it was fascinating.
Tackles an alligator in Africa, or whatever the hell they were doing. We didn't know. We thought the whole world was run over by all that stuff.
We thought it was cool.
When your mama told you don't go out in the woods too far, you listened to them because you didn't know if it's a Mutual of Omaha out there. You didn't know what it was.
Mutual of Omaha. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I used to love that show though. It was great.
We got about our screens flickering here. It's almost like
of course,
it runs out of battery or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the last few minutes of the show, and then it has to be silly.
Yeah, yeah. That was another thing out of the 90s. What was that crazy flickering character? It was in Back to the Future too.
Oh, Back to the Future 2.
When he was in the Pepsi store and I forget what that guy was. I can't remember all that stuff, but all right. I'm going to play a song right quick because I want to fix this flickering that's driving me crazy. And let's see here. There we go. We'll come right back. Hang on tight, everybody.
They trap you and they use you before you even know. But love is blind and you're far too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger, the can-can's such a pretty show. To steal your heart away. The backstage back on earth again. The dressing rooms are great. They come on strong and it ain't too long, but I make you feel a man. But love is blind and you soon will find you're just a boy again. When you wanna live, you get a cheek, makes you wonder where you are. If you want some more, then she's fast asleep, leaves you twinkling with the stars. For a young grandson, there's nothing I can say. You have to learn just like me, and that's the hardest way. Ooh la la, ooh la 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 la, yeah. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger.
We're shining brightly. It's looking pretty right. From the early morning to real late at night. It's looking pretty good today.
bright. And I think it's gonna be okay. Well, it's starting to feel good again. You and me. Starting to feel real good lately. Just the way it used to be. Future's looking good at last. Rough times are all in the past. They're shining brightly. And I think it's gonna last. I think it's gonna last. Oh, yeah. Shining brightly. I don't think there's too much doubt. This time, baby, I think we got it all worked out. Looking pretty good today. The dark clouds are rolling away. And as I shining brightly, I think we're on our way. I think we're on our way. I think we're on our way, baby. It's a nice change, nice change, nice change. Nice change, nice change, nice change. Let me hear you say. 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 Shining brightly. Shining brightly, shining through the night, all through the daylight. Shining brightly, shining brightly, shining brightly. Feeling pretty good at last. Rough times are all in the past. Oh, and it's shining bright. And I think it's gonna last.
Let's going out to the Gartrells. They wanted some Bob Seger this morning for their friend Tammy that passed away.
That's right.
So that's going out to them, and that's one of my favorite. You could almost call that a Bob Seger trop rock song, Shining Brightly. But
yes.
Anyway, so it's Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that crazy guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I think I just figured out what the flickering was.
What was it?
So we use a different program whenever we do live interviews.
Right.
Right. And I didn't close it out.
Ah.
And I think it's trying to, work against each other.
Ah.
If it starts again, then
we'll know.
We'll know that's all BS. But anyway.
Okay.
So much of what you do in radio is trial and error.
Yeah.
And there is no manuals for this.
Yeah.
I probably could make $1 billion if I put together a video and put it on YouTube and said, so you want to do radio and video? Let me show you step by step how to do that.
Ooh.
And this video will be outdated in 30 days.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to learn the rest on your own.
Yeah. This will get you started, but I promise you it's not going to work forever, and you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you go.
Anyway, but yeah, it's not flickering now.
Oh, Andrea said, thanks, guys. Well, we love you guys. I'm so sorry to hear about Tammy.
Yeah. We got to get back up to Tellico Plains.
Yes, we do.
So much of you know what? I thank you guys for all of that. All y'all agreeing to go up to Tellico Plains. That was something that I was really in the back of my mind, you know, thinking about going back up to do. And you guys we all got together and made it happen, and it was a great weekend.
What?
No cell phone coverage.
I like it.
Yeah, no cell phone coverage.
you just have to look at each other.
I know there was a...
and look at nature.
We had
and the fire pit.
Oh, there it went. It flickered again.
So that was all BS, huh?
That was all BS. Made it better.
Made it better? Okay.
But anyway, yeah, we had Reif Rum, though.
yeah, you did.
It made it better.
Yeah, and I think, wasn't Tommy the only one that caught a trout?
Tommy's he's a world fisherman, okay?
Yeah,
so, I mean, he's very serious about it.
But he did share some with us, a little taste.
They got he's got the pants and the waders and all that. I mean, he's got everything he needs, so.
Yeah, Andrea said the bridge is now open, so.
Yes, Bald River Falls, the bridge is.
So you don't have to go through the Dragon's Tail to get there.
The Dragon's Tail to get to the backside and go down that long gravel road.
Mercy.
Yeah. All right, well, cool. Let's see here. What else we got going on? I have no idea. I'm assuming that. Bless you.
Me. Oh my goodness.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I know. I do know. I believe that Rick's doing his show this afternoon. I hadn't heard otherwise, so I'm assuming he is.
Yes.
Then we've got Get on a Peace Train with Ed and all the conductors tomorrow at 6 p.m. and that'll be their first show back from their big 2-year celebration. And then Wednesday, Coastal Confessions will come back and talk about.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about Wednesday.
Or Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Tropical Country Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Thank you. They'll be back talking about, hanging out with Willie Nelson and George Strait and all that stuff.
Yeah, they've been in Nashville this week.
Yeah. Then Coastal Confessions will be back on the island, I do believe, the following Friday.
Right.
One programming note, the kids have finished up. Now, I got this crazy email from Callie saying that the final show, talk about technical issues, the final show, something happened and he couldn't put it all together. And then he said late last night, I may work on it tomorrow. So there might be one more show. Other than that, the kids are out for summer, and we'll pick back up
with a new class
in the fall. Yeah. So thank you, Callie McCool, and all the kids for all your hard work and everything you've done over this year and in the past years as well. So, all right, let's see here. It may be like the computer's like, all right, man, it's time to get in the pool, and your crystals are getting cold.
That's right.
And maybe that's what it is.
It is.
Let's see here. All right. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that like button. That helps us out tremendously. And there is no Tuesday on the Island show because they're down in Orlando. So when we're done, we'll roll you back to the base. If it sounds a little funny or the music's dragging or whatever, just refresh your app and all will be right with the world. But for right now, it's time for us to get on out of here and let you get on your day. I can't thank you enough for all of you allowing us to come into your homes and your life every week here on Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. And make sure you check out all these shows. All these guys are working around the clock to try to bring you good entertainment each and every week. Thank you, sweet Harriet, for being on the show. Thank you with the Parrot Club down on the Forgotten Coast. And make sure you check out that event. And Joe Leo and Tiki Jane and everybody. And thank you, Hippie Check, for helping me through the show today.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll be back next Sunday with another edition of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Have a great day.
See ya.
So long, my friends. Farewell. Goodbye. I'd love to stay and play and sing for a while, but it's time to hit the road. Say goodbye, so long, farewell, bye-bye. Andy!
Goodbye to my friends, I'm glad you were here. It's time for us to go and get another beer. I like to see your smiling faces again, so goodbye, my friends, bye-bye. Thank you for the open invitation.
adventure and do another show. That's right. When we come back, drop in and say hi. So long, farewell, bye-bye.
So long, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being a part of Tiki Man Radio. We're going to roll you back to the base, so if it sounds a little funny, just refresh your app. We'll see you next Sunday on the radio.